The idea of colonizing the ocean floor has been a long-standing fascination for humanity, one that may not be as far-fetched as it once seemed. As the global population rises and we face increasing challenges like resource depletion, overpopulation, and environmental degradation, the concept of moving beneath the waves becomes more viable. Imagine a world where countries around the globe invest billions of dollars in this endeavor, building underwater cities to alleviate the stresses of life on land. The question is not just whether we can colonize the ocean floor, but why we would choose to do so. The answer is simple: to save Earth and its inhabitants from the impending pressures of overpopulation, much in the same way we dream of colonizing Mars. But why set our sights on the distant red planet when the oceans offer a more immediate and sustainable option? Living underwater would be significantly cheaper than space colonization. Instead of enduring years of travel through space in a cryo capsule to reach a barren, inhospitable world, people could simply take an elevator down to a thriving, vibrant underwater city. This proximity to home offers a level of psychological comfort that Mars could never provide. The mental strain of being on another planet, knowing that you are millions of miles from home with no quick return, could lead to severe panic and stress. Underwater living, while challenging in its own right, provides a much more familiar environment. The seas, after all, are part of Earth, and living in their depths offers the possibility of staying close to our planet while still solving many of its problems. A major reason we might need to colonize the ocean is the growing need for resources. The global population currently stands at around 8 billion people, and some experts predict that when the number reaches 10 billion, the world will begin to run out of essential resources such as food, fresh water, and fuel. Agriculture, industry, and infrastructure simply won't be able to keep up with the rapidly growing demands. In this scenario, colonizing the ocean floor could provide an ideal solution. Surprisingly, we know very little about the oceans on our own planet, much less than we know about outer space. It is very likely that vast reserves of untapped resources, including fuel, lie hidden beneath the seabed, waiting to be discovered and utilized. In addition to offering new sources of fuel and other resources, colonizing the ocean could reduce the burden on land by nearly 50%. This would give Earth's ecosystems and resources a much-needed respite, allowing them to recover from the strain of human activity. And unlike space exploration, where the logistical challenges are immense, underwater colonization presents far fewer hurdles. Supplies and equipment could be delivered to underwater cities in a matter of hours, not years. If something breaks or malfunctions, it's relatively easy to surface, repair it, and send it back down. Now compare this to Mars, where a malfunction halfway to the planet, millions of miles away, could be catastrophic. It would take years for replacement equipment or provisions to arrive, making ocean colonization far more practical and efficient. One of the most compelling reasons for building underwater cities is the protection they offer from natural disasters. Life on the surface is constantly threatened by volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, tornadoes, floods, and radioactive winters. While there are volcanoes on the ocean floor as well, their eruptions are much less dangerous. The water rapidly cools the lava and prevents the spread of ash, making the consequences far less severe than on land. By moving underwater, humans could escape the devastating impact of many natural disasters. We would never again have to deal with burning forests, polluted air from wildfires, or the aftermath of tornadoes and floods. The ocean would serve as a natural buffer, shielding us from the extreme weather events that are becoming increasingly common on the surface. Oxygen won't be a problem either. More than half of the planet's oxygen supply is generated by the oceans, thanks to algae and phytoplankton. With the right technology, we could harness this natural resource to sustain life in underwater colonies. The real challenge lies in adapting the human body to the underwater environment. Saturation diving, is a technique already used by deep-sea divers, allowing the body to acclimate to high pressures by breathing compressed air. In simple terms, this process balances the pressure exerted on the body by the water from the outside and the air from the inside, preventing discomfort or injury. As humanity begins to colonize the ocean floor, people would use this method to safely descend to their new homes, wearing oxygen masks and carrying cylinders of compressed air. Once we adapt to underwater life, the next logical step would be large-scale construction. And the good news is, we already have the technology required to build cities beneath the waves. Take, for example, the Aquarius Reef Base in Florida, a small underwater laboratory where scientists live and work for extended periods, studying coral reefs, marine plants, and fish. Although the facility may not look particularly advanced, it resembles a rusted, sunken bathscarf. It demonstrates that underwater living is possible. Future underwater cities would be far more sophisticated, built with durable, high-tech materials designed to withstand the extreme pressures of the deep sea. Freight elevators could be used to lower construction materials to the ocean floor, where robots and divers would assemble homes, offices, and infrastructure. These underwater homes would be like giant submarines, equipped with everything needed for comfortable living. Inside, they would look and feel much like any modern apartment, though with the added bonus of an incredible underwater view. Waste disposal would be managed with high-pressure systems that minimize pollution, and communication with the surface would be maintained through high-speed vacuum tunnels, essentially an underwater subway system. This would allow for easy and efficient travel between underwater cities and dry land, making daily life much more manageable. Water purification systems would be advanced enough to draw water directly from the ocean and convert it into fresh drinking water, while air filters would extract oxygen from seawater. As construction progresses, everyday life in these underwater cities would become increasingly comfortable and sophisticated. Engineers would continue to develop more efficient ways to generate energy using underwater mills and turbines. People would need to wear diving suits and carry compressed air when leaving their homes, but they would be able to swim between buildings and communicate via radio systems. For faster travel, manufacturers might create small, personal submersibles, essentially underwater cars equipped with propulsion systems and sealed cabins. Over time, these cities would become fully functional, self-sustaining communities, complete with all the comforts of modern living. As humans adapt to life underwater, constant exposure to high pressure would gradually change our physiology. Living in such an environment requires more physical effort, especially when moving through water. People would burn more calories, become leaner, and develop stronger muscles. The lack of sunlight would cause our skin to become paler, and over generations, we might even begin to resemble amphibians. Evolution would slowly mold our bodies to better suit life beneath the waves, and we would learn more about the deep-sea creatures that inhabit the ocean alongside us. Scientists already discover new marine species almost every month, and as we explore deeper, we are sure to uncover even more. However, there would be challenges to overcome. Human activity in the ocean would inevitably lead to environmental consequences. Extracting fuel and other resources from beneath the seabed could cause significant pollution, potentially leading to the extinction of marine species. The balance between exploiting the ocean's resources and preserving its ecosystems would be a delicate one, requiring careful planning and regulation. As we continue to explore the possibilities of ocean colonization, it's clear that this ambitious project could solve many of the challenges facing humanity. By reducing the burden on land, providing new resources, and offering protection from natural disasters, underwater cities could be the future of human civilization. And while we may one day set our sights on colonizing the skies, for now, the ocean offers the most promising solution to the problems we face on Earth. This has been a glimpse into the potential future of ocean colonization, brought to you by Waves Discovery. Stay tuned for more fascinating explorations of the world around us.